Yo, somebody's been lying, but we're about to get to the bottom of it. Would you believe me if I told you they erased women out of history in order to create an unbalanced society that lacks wisdom? Watch this. Wisdom. The spirit of Python, the Pythoness. Your intrigue is what guided you to this book, which makes me confident that you know of a Pythoness, a woman that you are acquainted with who practices divination. Pythoness, spirit of divination, seat of the Delphic oracle, a woman who practices divination, a prophetic priestess. These women have fell from the stars and from their thrones, though the two are similar in their own respect. Stick with me to the end. You're gonna love this video. The oracle at Delphi was originally ruled by Gaia, named Cuzz, and protected by her son, right? The Gaia that we are speaking of is the one and only Mother Earth. So when you hear somebody say something like peace to the gods and earth, you have to respect the divine power that comes with being an earth. According to Greek mythology, all of the gods and goddesses are descendants of Mother Gaia, and she is known to have given birth to the 12 Titans. Her rulership of the oracle at Delphi is shown in Aeschylus Humanitas, translated by Herbert Weir Smith, Ph.D., where the priestess of Pythion, Apollo, says, "First, in this prayer of mine, I give the place of highest honor among the gods to the first prophet, Earth." Never sleep on your power, divine feminine. You are much more powerful than anybody could imagine. With that being said, the oracle was given through a Pythoness, and on Apollo's behalf, that would be Pythia. This is capable due to the defeat of Python and the conquering of the Naga being revered worldwide for their knowledge and mystical practices, are also accredited with training Apolloni Tiansky, or Apollonius of Tyana. This same Naga wisdom is what made it possible for Apollonius to revive the Pythagorean doctrine. These Naga are originally the Maya or Maya Naga, and according to the Garden of the Elder Gods by Imdan Shkorn, the Maya Naga took the serpent wisdom into Burma, India over 30,000 years ago. During this time in history, the Naga were a world-renowned empire. It is safe to say Mother Gaia gave birth to the Naga wisdom. Your patience is paramount, and we're almost there. Genesis chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more cunning than any beast of the field, which the Lord God had made. Which brings us down to wise, cunning. Behold, both the serpent and the wise will always be defined as cunning. Wise brings us to divinity. And as I stated in my previous book, Somebody's Been Lying, A Great American Deception, I use the word divine to address the feminine as opposed to kinfolk, which I use to address the masculine. This divinity that we are currently speaking of is known as Sophia. Sophia, skill, knowledge of, acquaintance with, sound judgment, practical wisdom, cunning. Sophia is the personification of wisdom and also described as cunning, just like the serpent. Cunning, skill or knowledge. But there's dimensions to words, so those who have cunning but operate on a lower frequency, they're characterized by willingness or trickery. What frequency are you on? Now, wisdom is a comprehensive psychological quality that combines virtue and wit. Stick with me as we tie something together real quick. According to the Oxford etymologist, the etymology I find acceptable connects Wicca with the verb wit, know, as in to wit or to know, right? The form that later developed into witch. So now we are able to see the connection between wisdom, wit, and witch. All of these components are leading us to our target. According to the demonology of King James, in common with the Catholic movement of the era, which saw its own share of witch trials and pogroms against herbalists and ritual working. Look this word up, all right? The witch hunts were an attack on women with wisdom. witches. Remember, women are divine, so divination, the art or practice that seeks to foresee or foretell future events or discover hidden knowledge, usually by the interpretation of omens or by aid of supernatural powers. The last book in the Bible is Revelation, disclosure of information or knowledge to man by a divine or supernatural agency. As you can see, revelation and divination are the same thing. So it's safe to say the reason why they tell women not to speak in the church is because you can expose everything. Shit, if you ask me.